For this tutorial, you will need your selected yarn. I'm using Paintbox Simply Aran in the colour Washed Teal, and I'm going to use a 5mm crochet hook with it. You can choose whichever yarn you prefer, but make sure that you check the label to see which hook size it recommends to use with it. You will also need a pair of scissors and a darning needle for sewing in your ends. Don't forget, I'm going to leave a link in the description box under this video where you can find all of the information, including the free written instructions for this particular pattern. So go ahead and check that out. Also, if you like my video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment, and also subscribe if you want to keep up to date with all of my videos. So you want to begin by creating your slip knots, and you can do this in whichever method you prefer. You're going to go ahead and insert your crochet hook, and we'll start with our foundation chain. So for our foundation chain, we're going to work in multiples of 5 plus an additional 2. So you're going to yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through, that's 2, yarn over, pull through, that's 3, 4 and 5. So what you want to do is go ahead and keep chaining until you get to your desired width for your project. So if you're making a blanket, for example, you can keep going with your chain until it's at the width that you desire. So just as long as you're doing that in multiples of 5. So go ahead, pause the video, and then meet me back once you're ready. So we're now ready for row 1, and we're going to do a treble crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. So remember, I'm working in UK terms. In the US, this is known as a double crochet. So we don't count the one that's on the hook. This is our 1st, 2nd and then 3rd chain. We're going to yarn over and insert our hook into that chain, yarn over and pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook. You'll have 2 loops on the hook, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook. You'll then do 1 treble crochet into each of the chains all the way across. I've now completed row 1 and we're ready to move on to row 2. So you're going to go ahead and chain 2 and turn. And we're going to do 1 treble crochet into this very first stitch, so right into the base of that chain 2. So treble crochet. And then we're going to do 1 front post treble crochet around the next 3 stitches. So you're going to yarn over as normal, but instead of going into the top of the stitch, we're actually going to go around the post of the stitch like so. So you put your hook around from front to back and then back to front. Yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 1. We'll do that again around the post of the next stitch, 2, and then 3. We're then going to start a pattern repeat. So we're going to do 1 treble crochet into the next 2 stitches. So yarn over into the top of the stitch as normal, 1, and then yarn over into the top of the next stitch as normal, 2. We'll then do 3 front post treble crochets, yarn over around the post, 1, the next one, 2, and the next one, 3. We'll repeat that pattern again. So 1 treble into the next 2 stitches, 1, and 2, and then 1 treble around the post of the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3. You're going to repeat that all the way to the end. You'll find that you have the 1 stitch remaining. So go ahead, pause the video, work that to the end of your row, and then meet me back in just a moment. So I've just come to the end of row 2, and I've just done my last stitch of that pattern repeat here. You now have 1 stitch remaining, which is actually part of the chain from the previous row. So we're actually going to do 1 treble crochet into the top of that chain 2 from the previous row. And that completes row 2. So for row 3, we're going to begin by chaining 2 again and turning our work. And we're going to do a treble crochet into that very first stitch, so the base of the chain 2. And then we're going to do another 3 treble crochets into the tops of the next stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Then we have another pattern repeat. We're going to do 1 front post treble crochet around the next 2 stitches. So yarn over, go around that stitch and do a treble crochet. And then yarn over around the post of that stitch and do a treble crochet. And then it's 1 treble crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to repeat that pattern again. So we're going to do a front post treble crochet, a front post treble crochet, and then 1 treble crochet into the top of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. So go ahead, pause the video, repeat that all the way to the end, and then meet me back once you have finished that last repeat, and we'll finish off row 3. So now I'm at the end of row 3, and I'm just going to do 1 last treble crochet into the next stitch of the end of this row, and then we're going to do a repeat. So you're just going to repeat row 2 and row 3 over and over until you get to your desired height of project. So I'm going to go ahead and build a few more rows and come back and show you what it looks like when it's built up a little more. Okay, so I've now built a few more rows, and it's important to just note that you want to finish on a row 2 so that it looks the same as your initial row. So this is what it's looking like. It's just absolutely beautiful. I love the bounciness of this texture. All you have to do once you have finished is chain 1, grab your scissors and snip off your yarn. You can then pull out your tail end and then go ahead, thread up your darning needle and sew in to your work. I'll leave a link in the description box of a video if you need a little bit of help with how to sew in your ends. But there you have the double waffle stitch. It's absolutely beautiful. Don't forget to take a look in the description box where you can find the written instructions for these if you need it. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date with all of my latest videos, and click that bell button to get a notification of when they go live. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you again next time. Bye!